and ripped that control from her and stood before the doors, Shadowvane reunited, all members accounted for. Nobis and Shadowvane working together tried to get past this throne door where the battle was encroaching on you guys and pushing through the castle with some semblance of help. There are a lot of things at play that you guys set in motion with that battle that I can tell you about afterwards. But that's happening, and it pushed up to the throne room where Phineas dimension doored to your location to say, okay, we can get this open and close it behind you. We'll hold them off as long as we can. Question mark. He amplified the powers of Iliac and Vinay and were able to break the hold on the doors, whatever spell it was. You guys entered and the doors closed behind you. And you see sitting on the throne of the King of Wizardton, the Devourer, General of Orcus, and a large black portal hovering above him that is just swirling void energy. You saw all the cocoons on the back wall. There's a number of them. And you see Min walk out from behind the throne and the red jasper stone sitting on a pedestal in between the two of them. And that's where we left off. And you hear him welcome you.
Ah, little morsels, coming. You're just in time to see the end of life as you know it. Only minutes remain before my master enters this plane and becomes the prime evil he was destined to become. Now, do what you will with your last moments. And you see his hands come in front of him and go, and you see this vibrating invisible energy between his hands, and he looks down at Min and he says, do not let them interrupt the ritual. And you see him pulse as the invisible energy starts slowly filling with that black void energy.
Devourer. I've come to bargain.
He's going forward with his ritual. Do you do anything?
I'm just waiting.
She has her rifle unslung and in her arms, and you can see the arcane sigils along the barrel laid up.
She's smirking a bit.
So
But he ignores you and continues mumbling in a bit. None of you know Abyssal, do you?
No.
You hear, let me see. You may have actually heard this before.
I remember there was some sort of thing on when we saw the priest in the basement somewhere, and there was that incantation that we heard.
I need Barrow and Amora to roll a history check.
Nothing.
12.
2.
You hear him say,
Croaca se hasi gre dormo. Croaca greasi se dormo.
and he repeats those two phrases over and over and over again. Sounds vaguely familiar.
I know where I heard this, but Barrow evidently doesn't.
I mean, if you remember, Barrow remembers.
Oh.
The role was for me to tell you.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure that this is what Ozark was chanting inside the...
Well, that's what. Okay, I have it. I have notes from that, but
So it's the same ritual, but it's on a level exponentially greater. And he's going to continue that ritual, ignoring what you're doing, as long as you let him.
Are we? Do we still have this stuff?
Yes. No.
Did you do it again before we went in?
No. Everybody has 10 temporary hit points.
Okay, I have.
But you are not blessed.
Are we immune? Are we still immune to poison?
Yes.
Yep, and you
That
have advantage
was
on
not
wisdom
me.
saving throws.
Yeah, that was not from me. That was from the Heroes Feast on the way up by the
The bardic
Oh,
birds that were playing the Ride of the Valkyries as you ascended up to the island.
Okay, well, so if nobody else has anything, then I'm going to say, men, why are you doing this? From the moment we met you, you hated undead, and now you're one of them? You're helping them? Why?
I don't expect you to understand, Vero. You've always been so one mind this whole time. You can never see anything that isn't directly in front of you.
So help me understand here. Why?
I don't really think we have time for a conversation. Don't you have more pressing matters?
And you see him release his hands, and that orb that he was channeling is now filled with black energy and starts rising up to the portal. As he is about to jump, I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative. I need a pen, please.
Do it.
Don't fail me now. Okay. We need you.
You got it. You got it.
You roll with advantage.
Yeah.
I don't got it.
Yes. So I need 25 to 20.
23.
I got a
Sorry.
21.
no. You're better. You're higher than I am.
3, 21.
21.
What's your dex?
Plus 5.
Plus, so it's a 20. What's your dex?
My dex is 20 also.
Can you both roll a d20 for me?
Get it, Basil.
19.
Yes.
15.
15. So Basil will go and then Min.
Not that I can do much, but
15 to 20. What is your initiative bonus, Mr. Devourer? Devourer. All right. So 10 to 15.
11.
11. Okay. Advar, what'd you get?
I'm sorry, what?
What was your initiative?
8.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, make sure you roll for Bean.
Ooh.
roll
Yeah,
that
he's on the map. I guess I should. Thanks for the reminder.
beautiful bean.
What are you?
Beautiful bean, so dwarfish and cunning and beanie and mean.
he's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Bean.
Oh, I thought he was a human.
Mm-mm. He is dwarven.
Sorry.
Jeez. Let me bring Bean up here. My bardic sorcerer. All right, so you're going right here. Get it, Bean. All right, let me show. Do you want pictures or live feed? Moving the camera.
Ooh, live feed, huh?
Well, I
Why-
mean,
Oh, I thought we had like a.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, oh man, do we have
this is gonna be difficult.
do we have a battle cam?
Yeah, no battle cam. Let me take a picture because it's a big map.
You could put
Sure,
Skype
let's see.
on your phone.
I don't know. I might be able to, but I need the phone for Bean as well, though. For Victor,
Ah,
I am going to turn this on
Mhm.
so I can do this. All right, but Barrow and Titan, you will be going first.
Okay.
As soon as I send this picture to you. Ah, much better. All right. Shabooey.
Does everybody remember my guidance before we got here on how to face the devourer at least?
Yes.
Okay.
So the green rectangles are the 4 tables in the hall. The large black squares are immense columns. And the purple squiggly line are stairs that lead up to a dais, which are 5 feet. The thing in between the devourer and Min is the red jasper stone on the pedestal. And the black dots are all the cocoons.
And they're only on that back wall, or are they surrounding us?
The actual cocoons of people inside them seem to be on the back wall alone. The whole room, the columns are covered in black ichor. When the last time you were here, they were carved marble of depictions of some of the accepted deity religions of Bahamut and Palor and Tyr and a lot of arcane runes that kind of were etched in but had no magical properties, just beautiful designs, intricate, markings of teleportation circles. Just said poor connection. We may be going intermittent here. It says I have a full connection on my computer, but we'll see what Skype does today.
Seemed fine to me.
You were, and then continued.
Okay.
But
Like that sound cats make.
yeah.
Oh.
Not that one. When they see like prey.
The sound that Min is making right now, you mean?
You see Min in the corner going.
No, she's doing the attack one.
Oh.
She's just like,
Oh, that.
And that black spot is where men just vomited everywhere.
Yeah, those cocoons are actually hairballs.
she's getting prepared for battle.
Oh.
Oh my word.
Are the tables set up as such that we would be able to hide underneath of them if need be?
You can certainly try.
Is there ichor like on the bottom and on top?
There's ichor everywhere. The whole room is covered. There isn't like bare spots.
Okay.
The
So
room is black and it is obscured. Your vision is obscured because it seems like there is a void of light in here. So for the purposes of this, there is dim light in this room.
okay. I'm gonna hop onto Scythe.
Okay.
And I am going to use his movement, and he's going to take the dash action.
So 80 feet.
Yes. I'm not going to have him take the full 80 feet. I'm going to have him use the last 10, and let me know if this is possible. I'm going to have him use the last 10 to get underneath of the table on the right-hand side, right toward the end of that, and I'm going to jump off as we're getting close to that 80-foot mark.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80 fully does not even get him past the tables, but I'll use the last 10 movement for him to go underneath, and I'll put you a space ahead so that you can start your turn there.
Is it left to right?
He's about halfway. He's just past halfway on the bottom table.
All right.
Right
I'm going to
table.
use... How far away am I from them now at this point?
From the dais, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 And then you have rough terrain by going up the stairs, which would be 65 to get on the dais.
Okay. With the rest of my movement, am I able to get within 30 feet of them?
Of both of them?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Your movement is 25?
Correct.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No. You're one space after the tables, and 30 feet will get you to the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs. From where you are now.
Oh, and that's fine. I'm just saying I want to be within 30 feet of them. You're saying at that point I will not be within 30 feet?
You'd have to dash.
No. I'm going to make a ranged attack. I
I understand. You're not within 30 feet. You have to dash to be within 30 feet of them.
Gotcha.
Because of right now, after using your movement and Titan's movement, you are only 30 feet from the stairs. You would still have to traverse stairs as a distance, not like actual movement. You would just have to be closer.
Okay. Then I am going to bonus action use my ring of Misty Step.
Okay.
To get within 30 feet of where they are.
Okay. You just want to be 30 feet of within 30 feet of them? Okay.
Correct.
Easily done.
And then I am going to cast Bane on both of them.
Say Bane.
Bane, yes. Both need to
This is your ally?
both need to make a charisma saving throw.
Jen's doing it with a D4 of a. I'm gonna bend luck and give her a D4 disadvantage.
So less D4 less.
Yeah.
Just 4 less. Okay, so you have to make a charisma save.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your charisma saving throw modifier.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and do that.
Sure.
And then after you add all your stuff, subtract 4.
That was a good roll.
The Devourer got an 11.
15.
What are the effects of Bane?
Not save.
What are the
Neither
effects of
save.
Bane?
Both are baned.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means it's the opposite of bless. So whenever you roll an attack or a save,
Okay.
you roll a d4 and subtract it.
Okay.
So you'll be doing that both ways.
Okay.
Noted.
Just save.
Okay. And then
Saves and your attack rolls.
I'm sorry, what?
Talking to
You're
her.
talking to me.
Okay. And then I am yeah, why not? I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
And I am going to pull a small bead out of my satchel.
Okay.
And I am going to. How big is this dude? Like, what is his size?
Pretty sure he's huge.
He is 15 feet tall, so he would be considered huge.
Is he a bit tubby?
No. He's very spindly, but you can see muscly sinew poking through the skin that's rotted away, and all of those bone clusters that peeked through the skin because of how parchment-like his skin actually appears. But he's really just muscle and bone. His skin is just kind of there.
He looks like a swimmer.
A little bit.
He looks
Yeah.
he's like Michael Phelps.
Michael
just
Phelps.
as tall and
Yeah.
just as skinny.
You're fighting Michael Phelps.
Yes.
In all actuality.
Right.
Okay. Then what I am going to do is
Really let himself go.
He did. Once the Olympics were over, man, nothing to live for anymore.
what I am going to do then is I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at second level at
You
him.
cannot. You've already cast Bane, so you can cast a cantrip.
What do you?
He action surged.
My action surge.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm going to do that at second level.
And who are you attacking?
The Devourer.
Go ahead.
That is. There it is. 23.
Yes, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
What? What do you have that big smirk on your face for?
That is 16 points of radiant damage.
All right.
And then I am going to use the.
For action surge, you get one extra action.
You don't get a full round. Don't
No,
Yeah. You
no,
just get action.
just one action.
Well, you get So you get like multi-attack.
But he didn't use his attack. You used a spell, right?
Right.
Cast a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is your action.
I thought that you got another bonus action and all of that.
Now, I actually just looked at it because I was under the same impression. I was like, oh, you get a whole free turn with action surge. And I went back to reread it and it says you get one extra action.
Yeah.
Which can be
So-
used to attack.
You get
That's it.
action,
Did you-
bonus action, reaction.
Do you do
Move.
your action
No,
Yeah.
that's with that.
attack?
Um,
All right.
Well, shit.
That will do it for Barrow, I believe.
Yeah, wish I would have known that. All right, cool.
All right. Basil, it is your turn. Everybody is
Yeah.
in the same spot except for what?
They're saying goodbye forever.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Everyone's in the same spot except for Barrow. He is on the third space in front of the second from the bottom table. Or second from the right table, depending on how you're looking at it.
All right. Barrow's gonna dead sprint.
That's Basil.
Head. I'm sorry. Basil.
Yep.
Basil.
And
is
this
gonna
is the
dead.
whole area is obscured dim light.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
To get up there. So I'm gonna run 45 feet.
Okay.
And then you are gonna see me disappear. And I'm gonna shadow step over to the as you're looking at the dais.
Yes.
As I'm looking at the dais on the right side, there's a pillar there, a big black pillar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shadow step to that behind that pillar.
Okay.
I can't make it all the way there.
Let me count. So 45,
I'm pretty
First.
sure I did the math. I don't think I can make it to anyone.
35, and then you have 60 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
Double, I can double.
You're in the space. Well, I could have moved you a little differently. So yeah, you're on the bottom left corner of the pillar at the moment.
Because I with 45 feet of walking movement and 60 feet of shadow step, I cannot make it to either of them. That's correct? Yeah.
It'd be tough.
It's 135 feet between where we stand and
Yeah. I can't. I'm still gonna. I need 30 feet more to get there. So which is.
Yeah.
I don't want to just run up and be like, hey.
Yes,
turns
so you're
over.
behind that pillar. That's
Um,
your movement and bonus action. You still have an action. And then you
What
see
is-
this. You
what
see
is-
Barrow go up and try to. You see him cast a radiant bolt of energy, which you have not seen him do before. He actually cast holy magic, and it hit the large devourer. And you see the devourer is
Oh.
actually glowing with radiant energy now, making him a little more visible in this space.
I see. Okay.
And you see this monk that you've never seen before
Yep.
sprint down one of the tables and then just slip into darkness out of view. And then you see him, with your passive perception, you would have seen him appear behind the pillar.
Where's the pillar?
This is one of the pillars.
Oh, okay.
So right here.
Okay.
And your action, sir.
my action is going to be, I'm going to actually retcon that a little bit.
Okay.
Before I see, I'm inexperienced. My inexperience is I'm flagger. So anyway, all right. So I'm just going to do what I wanted to do. So before I shadow stepped, I used Cloak of Shadows.
Yes.
When you are in an area of dim light, I become invisible, and I remain invisible until I attack, make a spell, or an area of dim bright light. So I disappear, and no one sees me where I went.
Okay, but that's where you end up going behind that pillar.
Yeah, I went,
For
but
my
I
purposes,
said I went.
That's fine.
But you
Nobody,
don't.
nobody sees you or knows where you went. You see him disappear into the shadows, and he is gone.
Man, the visual of that in my head is so cool.
Yeah.
You
see this cloak as he's running in. You've seen him slip into shadows beforehand where it's just kind of this meld into darkness. You see the cloak actually billow out and kind of encase his whole area in darkness. And that's the last you see of him. You don't see him reappear. You don't hear him reappear or anything. It's just this cloak kind of encompassing the space and just vanishing.
Oh, shadow monks are so cool.
All right, that's your turn.
Yep, that's it.
There is Min next. Yep. Because I think you rolled higher than 20, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I had 21.
Yep. Okay. So it is your turn. What would you like to do? Yes. Depending on what you're trying to do with it. That's fine.
Evil.
That's not. We'll say that you're able to do that easily.
Okay, does it count
No.
as anything?
Nope.
Okay. And I do.
You have an action.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bonus action,
Mhm.
which some of your spells count as bonus actions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Hunter's Mark is a bonus action, or is it an action to cast?
Nope, bonus action.
Bonus action.
Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. Zephyr Strike is a bonus
What
action.
about Colossus Slayer? Is that just something I have?
Colossus Slayer is just something that happens.
Oh, okay,
So if somebody has taken damage, you add more damage.
Perfect. Okay.
You can do that as these are all bonus actions.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right.
So the first thing that you guys see Min do is actually put her hand on the red jasper stone, and it
She glows.
pop. It pops. You see a red glow, and you see it go, and it vanishes. So I will remove that from the board.
Oh.
And
I'll go.
Min looks at the group and she just kind of shrugs and she's like, I'm sorry, guys. She turns, she takes out her rifle and aims it at the big baddie and attacks.
What?
Bam!
What? Oh, you're so bad. You're so bad. Oh, man. I was so blindsided by.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
that I didn't do what I was gonna do. Oh my god.
Me too. Oh my god.
I was like, no, I'm not gonna attack man. I'm gonna wait.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
All your attacks.
yes.
That's awesome.
That's the face I was talking about earlier today.
Now, when you roll,
Mhm.
you add a d4 and you subtract a d4. So make sure you
Oh,
do
that's
those
right.
separately because
Yeah.
those are two
Well-
different things that are going on.
Okay.
So what did you get?
23.
You got a 23.
But I
What-
didn't add it, so it would be 27, so that'd be 23.
What?
I didn't. Oh, D4.
Don't. Well, yeah. What did you roll?
I,
And you're using your rifle, right?
yes, I'm using my rifle. I rolled an 8
Plus 15.
plus 15. So
23. Okay, so now add a d4.
2,
Okay, so 25 and subtract a d4.
4.
So 21, which still hits. So go ahead and take your first shot. If you want to, now he's already taken damage, so you also get Colossus Slayer.
Yep.
If you want to just see if the second attack hits, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll again. Wow, this sucks.
Awesome.
Oh,
That's funny.
I'm so mad.
I do feel for you, Anthony, as a DM. I really do feel.
I gave her all these benefits because she struck a deal with Orcus and this Devourer, so she became like a little stronger than she should.
24.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead. Your first attack will have Colossus Slayer on it.
Mm-hmm.
You do not get sneak attack. You know what? I guess. you would.
Yeah, she gets that sneak attack.
I guess she would.
But this is
Okay, aren't you engaged?
I'd say, based on the look on your face, that Devourer is definitely surprised.
Yeah, that's fair. So roll. So you get 1d12 plus 8,
Mhm.
and then you add a d8
Yep.
and 3d6.
Okay, hold on.
It's a lot of dice.
It's always been a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice. Man, this blows.
Wait until the gun actually goes off.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
blow.
Ah.
So good. And you were worried about us bringing a whole bunch of NPCs to help us out.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
like,
wait a
"I'm not
minute.
doing
Hold
that.
on, though.
It's not happening.
Didn't we start this at this session by Anthony saying, this might be too hard?
Yep.
Not more.
Balancing the playing field.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually like tearing a little bit from laughing at that.
So 35 damage for the first one.
Good grief.
Sorry, babe.
Wait, how much?
35.
Okay, I thought she said 135. I was like, holy cow.
No.
She's really
Yeah,
good.
that would have
Yeah.
killed all of us. In like,
That's the first shot.
Instant death.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony will never trust another player again.
I mean, if you can't trust your wife.
Listen,
I should have known that. She has a mind for these plot twists, man. It's crazy.
yeah. Now
She
you know
kept
how
thinking the whole time. She's like, oh yeah, this will be good. So if I attack this person, what's gonna happen? So if I do this, who do you think's gonna hate me more? And she's like feeding me and feeding me. I'm like, oh yes, it's gonna be a great session.
That's awesome.
You don't get sneak attack or Colossus for the
Right.
second.
And
Okay.
I didn't.
I have a feeling we're gonna take a break 5 minutes in, and it's gonna get like 200 more hit points.
And that's just 13.
13
Without that,
more.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
She was
I
asking.
think Jen's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Luckily, he's on night shift.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna be up stewing in anger
to
for the
be
next
in
12 hours.
I'd hate to be the next guy Anthony arrests.
Oh, God.
Source!
Smash.
What would
Say
Minna
again.
do?
How dare you turn on me? I don't know what you're talking about.
It is min to a T. I don't know why I didn't even think of this as a possibility. Well, that's your action. You have your bonus action and you have your movement.
I thought she used her bonus action to boop that thing away.
Nope.
Oh.
She is connected on a deeper level to the Red Jasper Stone, being the last surviving member of the Yavapai clan.
Did she really just go up to it and just like push it off of the pedestal?
Yeah. It's actually sitting on the ground.
It's for dramatic effect.
Let's see.
All right, come on with your turn.
Did I ever tell you about my sister's cat that would like aggravate the crap out of my mom because he would want to go outside and my mom wouldn't let him go out because he would kill birds and stuff all the time and bring them home. He would jump up on the counter where she had like water bottles and he'd walk up and she'd be like, Loki, don't. And he'd look right into her eyes and go, and she'd be like, stop it. And he'd move forward to the next one.
Wow. So the rest, I'm gonna move you if you want to. If you're gonna hide as a bonus action,
You're gonna hide?
I'm gonna have to move you to do that.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like right. You can't stay in the same spot and just fire at him.
No,
and
obviously, no.
hide.
Yeah, I need to hide.
And your speed is 30, right?
Yes.
So awesome.
You see her-
Seriously, I'm so happy right now.
You see her shoot twice with this rifle. These thunderous boom, boom, and the devourer take it both in those open rib cages. And you see him look down, and as he's about to swipe, you see her and not hear a thing run off the stage or the dais and towards that same pillar, Basil. But she's on the opposite side. However, she has a cloak that's similar, but instead of a large void just kind of encompassing her in shadow, you see her just kind of fade from view. She's just gone. I need you to roll a stealth check to hide.
So cool. So cool.
And you notice that there's something different about her ability to not only quiet her steps, but to be able to negate attention and hide that had not been there before. She was already on another level. She has grown past that into inhuman territory.
Nice.
You believe you are hidden. Well,
I'm not gonna look at what you do. Right.
there's a layer action that happens as the orb that is floating up into that void pool gets sucked in and the void starts swirling much faster. I need you all to make strength saving throws.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Shut up, Hadvar.
Is this a magical
Right.
effect?
I'm really strong now.
This would be a magical effect, yes.
Okay. Are you freaking kidding me? And
Oh,
we're fine.
fantastic.
But, well,
31.
That saves.
I sure hope so. Ugh.
How about 11?
11 does not.
24.
24 saves. Oh, neat.
Does Scythe need to make a save underneath the table?
Yes.
Okay. Any like advantage on that?
No.
All right. I mean, it got the cover. All right.
It's not covered, but you'll see what happens here.
Great. Well, that was a natural 1
Oh, good.
for a total of 6. So
I'm
So-
already got 4.
could have really used that advantage there, buddy.
Amora, Titan, Ian,
Wait,
and
is Titan near me?
No, he ran up, remember?
That's right. Okay. Sorry.
Amora,
I'm
Type-
not far.
Bean, and Basil. Yeah, Hadvar, you're next to Amora at this point.
Okay, cool. So, wait, where's my that shield thing that I can do?
Protection.
Yeah, protection.
That's for attacks.
That's for a targeted attack. Never mind.
You were all pulled closer to the Devourer by 30 feet.
Oh, shit.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is that
I have a big
everyone?
pillar in my way.
The people who failed are pulled.
What if I have a big pillar in the way?
I'm taking that into consideration.
Wait, did you say Barrow gets pulled closer?
No, Basil.
Basil.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how does a 20?
I'm going to cut that in half. Basil, I'm going to cut your distance in half because the pillar stopped you, and as you tried to hold on, this magical pull was strong enough to at least wrench you from behind it. However, you're still unseen.
Okay.
What about Scythe?
Scythe was pulled out from under the table, and he is just in front of the space between the two bottom tables. Big vacuum cleaner that this void circle is.
No damage, though.
No damage.
I worry about my pup.
Turn. Bean is going to cast a spell of some
Rock.
kind.
You can do it! Cut his fucking head off!
Your hit dice? What do you mean? Oh no, we did that already. I just
Oh,
put
we
that
did
there.
that.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
that already.
I
You're
was
good.
like-
You're good. You're good. Bean is going to look at the monster and bring his banjo out. Why don't you turn you into something a little more pleasant to the eyes?
Oh,
And he's going to try to cast polymorph
Bane!
on the Devourer.
Minus 4.
Ooh, yeah. I don't have my D4s. Give me a second. That might make the difference. He saves. He meets the DC, so he is not turned, but he will give an inspiration to Amora and kind of look over at you again, Amora. It seems like there's this connection of hanging in the back between the two of you. He's like, go on and get her, girl. And that will be Bean's turn. Amora, it is your turn. Can't
So
believe
what is the inspiration is against attacks?
I'm sorry?
The inspiration is against attacks, correct?
Inspiration is like the same as bless, attacks and saves, and you can use it as a D12 to add that number. But it only lasts for one round, so if you don't use it, you lose it.
Gotcha.
So if you force the Devourer to make a save, you can save your D12 for your own save if you would need to make one. Now that you know there's a layer action that takes place, that's something that you can hold on to. Or you can use it to make sure you hit this guy by rolling a D12 to an attack spell.
And it goes up until Bean's next turn or my next turn?
Beans.
Okay. Well, I thought I knew what I was going to do, but okay. I am going to, as a bonus action, going to grab my necklace,
Mhm.
get into my change purse, and
Yes.
pull out my planner ally.
As she crushes this bead, you see the 30-foot long salamander, the Behir, coursing with electric energy, appear in the space. I guess just as it summons the Behir. Gosh, what book is that even in? I completely forgot.
Monster
Monster
Manual?
Manual.
Is it? Let me grab that.
I'm
Wait.
using that in my campaign that I'm running with my sister-in-law.
That Anthony will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was also a monster that the group encountered in the first campaign of Critical Role.
So
But here,
I don't remember. I'm sure they may have.
they were like
It's not the right book.
somewhere or something like I don't know, but yeah, pretty.
There's a lot that happens in that first season. I'd have to like go back. I'm sure they have at some point. All right, the here.
My favorite part was when they got rid of the asshole dude. That was my favorite part.
I liked the character. I didn't like the person. Put it that way.
yeah.
This guy,
Player?
yeah, this guy was just a complete douche to like all of them. He thought that he was all that and like 15 bags of potato chips. Like, this is somebody who even now, after he was kicked off of Critical Role and all of this, he's charging people how much to play D&D with him? Like,
It was like $10,000.
Was that the skinny guy?
yeah, with the bald head. Yeah.
Okay, I remember him. I remember seeing him in the first episode, and then he wasn't in like the second season. So
you go to this old castle that was built, gosh, in the 1500s, and you spend the night there, and you play D&D with him, but he's charging $15,000 a person.
Yeah. He's just
and
so
people do this?
Yeah. It was just crazy. Like, and he treated all of the other cast members like crap. It was just awful. He was just such a douchebag.
That would turn me off of this show altogether.
Well, and that's why they got rid of him. They were like, "We're done. See you, buddy."
And they found out he was fudging his roles. I guess there were several episodes that they found out he was either re-rolling or.
Yeah, because Matt Mercer said multiple times, "That's another nat 20." And like you could just tell that there was like, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. All right, so you use the spell Planar Ally. You said that's a bonus action?
Because it's part of my
the prayer beads.
because
Okay.
it's part of my prayer beads, it counts as a bonus action.
Okay, so that's your bonus. I need a mini for that. I don't even know what I'm going to use.
I was gonna say, and I don't know how big it is.
It is a
30 feet long, right? He
He's
said.
pretty big.
It is a huge monstrosity.
I'm going to use.
That's a good ally.
Now he doesn't. He's 30 feet long if he would lay himself out, but he stands up. So I'm going to say that he takes up a 15-foot length and 10-foot wide space. I'm using two minis for him, and we'll just move those around together.
Okay.
Like two guys in a horse costume.
I'm gonna pull out 1,000 coin and yell to this man and yell to my Behir that we need help.
The part of this spell was that he is under your control until there's no offering that needs to be made. You just have to command him.
Okay, because I have the time limit in my old notes, but I was gonna give him money to persuade him, but I will okay.
Well, what do you say to him?
What is the time limit?
10 minutes.
Oh, that's so tasty.
I had that written. I had no other stuff written down. That's all I had
Sorry.
written
Okay.
down.
All right.
Okay. But basically, I was going to yell to him that I need your help. That thing is trying to end the world. I need you to help protect us and to kill it.
He looks down. Do you speak Draconic?
I don't, but I can.
He nods to you and and he just starts charging towards this thing.
I have stats. Do we want to?
I have his monster block, and I will use that. I will be controlling him since he is an NPC.
Okay.
He's not a pet. It's not the
My
Behir.
pet Behir.
Yeah. All right, so that's your bonus still,
Okay. And then.
and that's using an item. I don't know if that even counts as a spell.
Bring it.
Okay. So then I'm gonna. How far away am I from it?
You're up to that pole.
Yeah.
Put you at the back end of the table.
Then I am going to cast slow at.
What's the range?
Huh?
What's the range?
120.
I'm pretty sure you're within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
If
22 times 5.
It's 110.
110. Yep. We're good.
Excellent.
So you cast slow and he has to make a save, correct?
yes, he has to make a.
Excuse me.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at the bottom.
Wisdom.
-4.
I rolled a natural 1. However, he is going to use one of his legendary resistances
Oh wait, Anthony.
to not be slowed.
This gets you.
Oh yeah, we have to do this first.
Ooh, that was a 5. So what is? It is 5.
5 is still low enough, so you do not cast slow. You do the random table, not my own. I will say, if you ever get a natural 1, which I don't know if it's going to happen, do you remember Brambleton?
Yeah. Well, everything. But I thought you had your own table.
I'm giving you a hint.
Oh, okay. Your skin turns a vibrant shade of blue. A remove curse can end this effect.
So you all see a more summon a Behir and tell it to go attack the Devourer, and then throw her hands out, and she turns vibrant blue.
Like
She's
I
kind
matched my here.
You do. You guys
only
match
violet.
skin tones.
Wait,
So,
you're permanently blue now. Like it doesn't wear off. Like she's
No.
permanently
No,
blue.
you're
Okay.
only
you need to remove curse spell to get rid of this effect, is what it said. So
Cool.
I mean, she's a dark elf anyway, right?
yeah.
yeah, it kind of goes with the complexion. It's nice. All right,
You
Amora,
had time
that's-
to do your makeup, Amora?
that is your turn. It is now the Devourer's turn. He is going to move off the dais by jumping into the cluster of all of you at the front. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Good. Everyone within a 20-foot radius, which is going to be Barrow, Titan, Basil, and Min.
Yeah.
He can't see you, Basil. He landed 5 feet from you, however. That was his 30-foot jump. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw as he casts Soul Rend.
I'm more worried about getting landed on by a devourer, but
It was close. If he had 5 feet more, he would have squashed you.
That is 18.
18 just saves.
so a 15 does not.
Does not.
All right, come on, Scythe. You got this. You
Well,
know.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't I have lucky or something? Can I re-roll a dice if I have lucky? Don't I'm a halfling, right?
If
Can
you
I-
roll a natural 1, I think
Oh, only if you. Okay, you can't. Okay.
Unnatural.
that saves. You're good.
Now, wait. Are you saying you have the lucky feat, or you're talking about luck?
The racial.
Yeah, it's just the racial just thing. Yeah.
Scythe got a 15.
Does not save. Let me add the
Cypher
damage.
fucking it up right now.
Scythe's dead. Guaranteed. Like right now. It's coming.
Oh my.
We got this, man. We got this. Me. In it to win it. I believe.
So I'm
For those that did not save, you take 35 points of necrotic damage.
Not bad.
For those who did, half of it.
Scythe is out.
He's at 0.
Correct. He's unconscious.
And I was not close enough.
No, by no stretch of the imagination.
So what? That's
Um,
17
you
for
said-
those who saved.
35, right?
35, or if you saved, 17. So that's his first action.
And that was necrotic damage.
It was. He will now make
Oh,
2 claw
wait.
attacks.
Do not forget your temporary hit points, because I did forget that for Scythe. Hang on. Stand by.
So he's got
That
5.
was 25. Okay. All right, cool. We're good.
Still out.
Nope.
No,
he's
he's
got-
up.
He's still up.
Nice.
Fucking
Told you we got this.
Barrow, he is going to turn to you and make 2 claw attacks. Oh. I'm going to say that he still has the guiding bolt because I was so taken off guard. You should have had advantage on your attack. I just didn't expect that.
Yeah.
She already well, she had advantage, right?
So
you know?
out of my element.
Well, we'll say it's okay.
I mean, if you want, we could just say that her damage is doubled for.
Absolutely not. All right, he's going to make 2 attacks on you, Barrow, with his claws, these big hands that are raking down towards you.
Cool.
First one is a 23 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and the second one is an 18 to hit.
18 does not. I'm going to use parry and riposte
Sure.
on the one that does hit.
Go for it.
Where is it? There it is. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Give me his damage, and then I'll tell you what you take. Roll with advantage. You're using your own guiding bolt.
It actually would take my AC up to 26, which means it would miss. So I only take half of the damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to take. Stand by. 18 points of magical slashing damage.
Okay. You will take.
It's actually the first time I've actually gotten to successfully use that freaking feat. Woo! Yes!
5 or 6. Is this a 5 or 6? That's a 5. You take 35, again, reduced to 17 points of slashing and necrotic damage from his 1 claw attack.
This
That
guy hurts. This guy
That is, the second layer action now takes place. Being in this ichor and this void energy, everyone takes 5 points of necrotic damage. Everyone takes 5 points of necrotic damage. You do not. Men.
Oh, okay.
Look,
No,
you-
because you're resistant to it, because you're a part of this, because you weren't going to take that damage. I can't just change my
I didn't
rules.
take the other 17.
You would have taken that because it's
Oh.
from the Devourer himself, and
Okay.
now he's against you.
Yeah.
This is just the ichor in the room.
Ah, yeah. All right.
Scythe is unconscious.
Oh, that'll do.
Who is safe?
His pet wolf.
Oh, I thought that was Titan.
Long
We had
story.
this conversation last time.
Oh.
So his brother Amora's father's name was Titan Scythe.
Okay.
When the soul of that person was in the wolf, he would always refer to him as Titan.
Uh-huh.
Now that he has been ripped from that,
Oh,
he only refers to him as Scythe.
so Scythe is the wolf.
Scythe is the
Okay.
Swell. Okay.
Okay, not a very long story.
You know.
Hadvar, it is your turn. You're still at the back of the room.
And how close are all of my friends to the Devourer?
You have 2 within 5 feet.
Okay,
Min,
never mind.
which is okay.
Don't need any more. All right.
Oh, you were gonna.
Told you guys not to get so close.
He says as he starts running forward. I told you not to get so close.
Bonus action, I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse.
Nice. Okay.
And I now get a bonus equal to my proficiency bonus to my damage rolls. I crit on a 19, and if it dies, I regain a bunch of health.
Stuff.
And I'm going to use my action to send 3 Eldritch Blasts as I'm running.
Blazed. How far up are you going? 30 feet?
How far? I want to stay like, you know, I'm practicing social distancing.
You can be within 10 feet of Amora and Bean.
And still be more than like 50 feet away?
Oh, yeah. From him? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You're at the back of the table. So the 3 of you are in a line right now. I'll send a new picture when this round is over.
Okay. So I will send my 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Go ahead and roll.
Well, that's a natural 1. Let me read you the dice. 1, 6, 8.
Swell.
So let me ask. I got a plus. Okay, so does a 15 or a 17 hit?
The 17 does no. None of them hit. As they sling forward, you send them. You run forward, yelling after your compatriots not to get so close, and he jumps off of that dais as you send those 3 Eldritch Blasts, and they smack against the wall where he was.
Anthony, I made a concentration check for the claw attack. Do you need me to make another concentration check for the 5 points of stupid damage?
Yeah, you would. I mean, it's if you can beat the 10, you're good.
10? Oh, that's right. It's at least 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 15. All right. Good.
All right, so
Cool.
still baned.
Excellent. Yes.
Now, can you? I guess not.
No, I was
It's an all or
asking.
nothing. Yeah.
I was
Oh, you know
asking
what?
the same
I'm
question.
going to use on the 17. I'm going to use my 2d4 to try to not miss that attack.
Sure. The minimum number that you would roll would allow you to hit him. If you got 2 1s, you would still hit him.
Fantastic. All right. Well, at least I get some damage off on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's 11 points of damage.
Very good.
That was a sad round for Hadvar.
All right. He's still looking pretty healthy.
Evidently, I should have blessed everybody.
Okay, so that's Hadvar. It is the Behir's turn. What is your speed, Mr. Behir? 50 feet.
50 feet?
Bring it, Behir.
It would not get him up to. Would not get him up there. However,
I studied this thing because I was like, I need to know what it does.
yeah. He can do his lightning breath, but it would hit everybody.
You didn't say to. Oh, you did say to protect us. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, she did. He'll dash. He'll start climbing over the tables and just kind of snake his way around to the other side. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Wow. Bingo, bango, bongo. He made it up there. And that will be his turn. And so we are back at the top with Barrow. And Sypha is unconscious. That is our first round of combat. How's everybody feeling?
Not great.
How's everybody feeling?
Woozy.
Ooh. Stand by. The last layer action, I apologize. Work that off. You see him turn, and one of the cocoons burst as a humanoid is slung forward in pieces towards him, and he engulfs it into his rib cage. You see some of his wounds heal. By a little bit. Just by a little bit. But one of those cocoons bursts and is no longer there. It's a whole bunch of them. All right, now I will take your picture, and I will send it.
Excellent.
One round only took an hour.
Totally worth it, though.
We were talking
It's
a
so
lot at the
worth it.
beginning.
I didn't see the picture.
I-
Oh, there it is.
It's
Nailed
in
it.
it, yeah.
Got it. Yep, I'm in.
Patience. Goodness. You can see the board. So. I haven't added you to the group. Unless you want to be a part of the superhero campaign.
Do you want me to be a part of the superhero campaign?
Not really.
No.
Not anymore.
That tone.
It would be fun because you chose some really fun powers.
Oh, yeah. I would be the villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she made another like pseudo villain character if she was gonna play.
I don't think Brandon can take another episode like
I don't know if I said what they were.
What?
Are you gonna play?
The superhero
Yeah.
campaign? I wasn't really planning on it.
She was gonna have mind control and probability factor. So she'll be able to alter the probability of everything around her and be able to mind control people.
Like that chick from The Flash.
Like Scarlet Witch.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty dangerous combination.
I'm very stoked to see what everybody else created.
Some interesting stuff.
I am going to. So he's like right up on me, like
Yeah.
feet away. Yeah. Okay.
You are 10 feet from him.
Yeah. All right.
He does not need to be within 5 feet to hit you.
I am going to bonus action Misty Step.
Okay.
Basil
To
Hartley approves.
the space right behind Scythe.
Okay.
I'm going to pick him up,
Yes.
and I'm going to yell at those that are there up front and say, "Yep, Hadvar was right. Stay away from him." And I'm going to jump as far as I can away.
What is your strength score?
Strength score is a 27.
Okay. So you move 10 feet, 5, 10, and you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 with your jump. You still have 15 feet of movement if you want.
I'm going to take the rest of that movement. Yeah.
5, 10, 15. Okay. Swell.
And that took my action, correct?
It did. Yeah, if you have a bonus, you can still use that.
No, because I used the bonus action for Misty Step.
Good.
Am I able to use that movement to try and put both of us underneath of the table?
Yeah. Instead of moving the 15 forward, I'd allow you to slide and roll.
Sure. Just as long as I'm more than 30 feet away from
Oh, very much so.
Senor Puba. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, you're more than 30 feet. All right, Barrow, you are done. Basil.
Wait.
You see Basil appear from behind the pillar and walk confidently up to the devourer. Yep. And just pulls his sword and starts wailing on this guy.
Go
So
for
I'm
it.
I'm gonna spend a key point and do all 4 attacks.
Sure, flurry of blows. So you see him walk up Tonfas, though, right?
What's that?
Your Tonfas?
No, with the sword, the +3 sword.
Oh, that's right. You did get that. So you take out this nice sword and you walk up. Hello.
He's kind of looking at the edge as he's walking up, like, yeah, that'll do. I mean, start going to town. Just
split one of your hairs off as you walk up.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Ooh, that one went wild. Okay, so I have a plus. I'm sorry, you gonna just attacks. That was a +12. My lowest is a 23.
They all hit.
They all hit. Okay, so I 4d8 plus 32. D8.
Oh wow, because it's a +8 to every attack.
To every attack, yeah. And that is 14, 17, 21. So 53 points of damage. And he just stands there like this and just eyeballs the devourer right in its face.
You say 53?
53 points of damage.
Okay.
My 4d8 did 21, and the 4 times 8 is 32.
Yeah.
Now get out of there!
You see Basil turn around and wink at Hadvar.
And he stands there?
And he stands there.
Okay. Great turn. That was a ton of damage. Min, what would you like to do? You are hidden and you have an enemy engaged with an ally.
Yes. Well, I'm going to attack, but I have a bonus action. I want to do Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you Hunter's Mark him.
Mm-hmm.
You all see Min appear from the darkness in this dim light from the Ichor. It looks like just a moving cloud of shadow just kind of appears. And you see her throw her hands out. And where you've seen her cast Hunter's Mark before, where there's this green kind of shimmer, like this kind of sparkle effect that kind of auras a target, you see this black and purple aura kind of intermittently cover this entity. I need you to pick an ability, strength, dex, one of those, for him to roll disadvantage at for any ability checks. So if he would use any of these skills, they would be at disadvantage.
Her Hunter's Mark has hex properties? Anthony.
Yeah.
You're so evil.
I don't think, no.
That was an Anthony thing, though. Like, he
I
gave
know.
that to Min.
I know, but Min was like, what else can I get?
I guess.
She didn't know anything that she was getting. She didn't even know the properties of the red jasper stone until I wrote them down. And
The
They're,
DM giveth and the wife taketh away.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I don't expect it to come into play too much.
Yeah, so I guess.
I would, if I was you, because you're not. I would
Yeah.
either pick strength, so he
Yeah.
doesn't have the ability to hold on to somebody,
Yeah, that's what
or I would pick wisdom, so he's unable to see anybody who's trying to hide.
Yeah.
So you can pick one of those.
All right, we'll go with wisdom.
Wisdom. Very good. Okay, so Hunter's Mark is applied as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
24.
To hit?
Yes,
What
sorry,
do
I
you-
attacked.
What are you attacking with?
My gun.
Your gun, so you've stayed still, or are you backing away? Are you moving anywhere?
She's gonna move. Yeah, she's definitely moving.
Where are you moving?
Back.
Back, like this way?
Back behind. Yeah. The
Five.
table.
This is one of those big columns that goes
She's
up
going
to the
behind. Yeah.
So 5, 10.
Can she climb it?
Yes.
She can climb it?
Yes.
She climbs
15, 20, 25, 30.
30.
Okay. So you're 30 feet up on the side of the column. You reach down with your rifle and go boom.
Yep.
And you see her turn it sideways and rack the cooling system on the column itself, turn her arm back around and fire a second shot at the devourer. The first one does hit.
And
You're rolling. All right, hang on. She has a dice box, but she's rolling into the lid.
no, I'm not. I'm rolling into the box. I'm putting the dice on the lid.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I made you this. I mean, it's not the greatest thing. It's just like a box with felt. But she's like, it looks like she has the box there, and then all of her dice are in the lid. I'm like,
And then 23.
23 to hit. For the second one, or is that your damage?
Oh, that's to hit again.
That also hits.
That,
So go ahead,
that
roll.
actually makes sense because the cat would play with the box the toy
Right.
came in.
Min is sitting in the box.
She's trying to get to the highest place in the room. She's already started crawling up the column, 15 feet up in the air, which puts you at eye level with this thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, by the way, Scythe failed his first death saving throw. That's what I was going. Oh, wait.
Very good. Good to know.
Yeah. Not great. Not great. Poor wolf. He just wants to be loved.
He is.
You know what would have been really awesome for this fight? Having Titan inside him.
Yeah.
When Titan was inside of the wolf body, I would roll a percentile dice every time we got into combat, and if I rolled a certain amount, he would transform into this like werewolf-like creature.
Nice. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony took him away.
You made that choice. All the nonsense you went on by yourself to fight an evil spirit inside of Amora, and that's a whole different tangent.
Just wanted to get.
Don't you put that on me.
Just wanted to get her clean.
So I was possessed twice.
Rolled a nat 20.
How much damage are you tabulating?
Both of them.
Yeah. Get it. Punish him.
I thought Brandon took a long time on his turns.
Well, I don't care.
Ouch.
Double burn.
You just sour. You salty.
I am very salty.
It's 43.
Ugh. Yeah. Wow.
You like to keep yourself.
Yeah. 43 points of damage from the 2 shots from the rifle.
And then
What do you mean and then?
You did your Colossus Slayer,
Come
right?
on, then.
And dead.
Okay, good.
And then
And then she disappears.
You used your bonus action to hide. Or you used your bonus action to Hunter's
To
Mark,
Hunter's Mark.
so you cannot roll to hide. But you have cover. You're behind the pillar and you fired twice, so you have cover from the pillar.
Can I hiss?
You can hiss.
That's a
As she fires twice. Very cool. Okay, layer action. I need everyone to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
oh, thank you, Bean.
Yes, there it is.
I was on an 18 and then it to a 4. Dang, nabbit. 7.
28.
You save?
16.
I also got a 28.
Or you did not save. Bear saves.
I got a
Uh,
9.
You save.
Scythe automatically fails.
Automatically fails. Now, you said you were holding him.
Yeah, like the idea was I was trying to drag him as far away as possible.
If you're holding him and you saved, you're strong enough to hold that.
Does this count for me to hold my pendant and to expel a charge?
What?
If you fail a saving throw against a necromancy spell or harmful effect from undead, expend 1 charge to make it successful.
Oh,
Yes,
for
yes.
Scarab of Protection.
That would
Okay.
apply. So the only people that failed were Basil, and see if Bean fails or not. Whoa! There goes my die. Roll the other one. He does fail.
Oh, so that was an accurate representation as to what Bean would be doing.
Basil, you are already against him, so you are pulled closer, and he is able to grapple you.
Oh no!
And the Behir.
His strength's pretty high.
Oh, good grief. He does save.
All the times for you to get cocky, Basil.
All right, so that is the lair action. It is now Bean's turn. Gosh,
Can I ask a question real quick though?
Yeah.
How long does Bane last?
1 minute. So it's for 10 rounds. And we're only in the second round.
Okay, I'm still rolling it. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I was looking to see if there was some way that I could like remove like you from that. There isn't. I have to
Remove all.
recast it on just him.
Yeah. And
And I'm afraid that he's gonna make it if I do that.
Good chance.
It's fine.
she
How-
rolled pretty high.
How big is this void in his chest?
Well, he's 15 feet, so it's at least 5 feet.
Yeah, it's bigger than Basil size.
And is it like a cavity, or does it look like some kind of...
Okay. All right. Basil is not grappled. That's a fair point. For the last turn, he was asking me through text if he was going to be able to do this. So instead of walking up confidently,
No, he did. He did do all that. That the thing that I sent you did that.
oh, the way that works is just for the attacks. It's like sending out a projection of yourself, and then it dissipates.
Oh, it said for 1 round. I thought he could just stand there for the rest of the round.
No.
Like,
But if you want to do that, we can do that, and I can retcon it for you.
okay.
So you see Basil step from behind the pillar and take the sword out and kind of thumb it. He goes, "Yeah, that's good." And you see him just slice twice, roundhouse, and give a front knee. But for every time he strikes, there's a translucent blue image of Basil's outline that is sent out from his whole body that travels 30 feet and slams into the Devourer.
Like
As
a
he
new sci-fi?
swings, you see these
Oh.
projections of himself being thrown out as he kicks. You see this image of Basil thrust out from his body and kick the devourer.
I thought it was spectral. I thought it was like a mirror image of me that would walk up and be like, "Oh, here's Basil," and
It's
then I was like, I wanted them to be, "Oh man," and then be like, and he ripped him in half, and then Basil walks out from behind the pillar again, and it's like, "Yo, what's up?"
It's just a projection.
I come
That
to
does happen, and because you failed, you've moved 30 feet closer from that pole, but you are not grappled.
Okay.
What was that? Like
It's-
out of game. Like I'm curious. What the heck was that?
It's an enchantment from his tonfas that allows him to do that with his attacks.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Do you remember in like the first shopping expedition I gave you guys, there was the arms of telekinesis? That's what these would have done. These allow you to send a projection of yourself out to 30 feet to do your attacks from afar.
I guess I vaguely remember. I was so excited about gun
I think they were too expensive.
Yeah. And I was very excited about gun attachments at the time, so I was just like, yeah.
All right, so Bean, what does he want to do? You want to see the Devourer start jumping around? Oh, no!
Hamster dancing. Going.
So am I still invisible? If I did that, I'm still invisible, right?
No, because you've attacked.
Okay.
And it breaks the invisibility.
Okay.
Bean is getting pulled forward, and you see him take a power stance, and you hear him on the banjo. Dum, dum. As this ball of electricity starts forming in front of him and starts gliding forward. And you see it pick up tendrils of electricity off the Behir as it slams into the Devourer.
Thunder.
Yeah, you can hear in the background. Thunder.
I really missed a good opportunity to wink at Bean before I pulled the bead.
Oh.
So Mandy took me for my birthday last year to go see the Two Cellos guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They played that song. It was so freaking awesome.
Yeah, I've seen their video of it at least. It is a really fun.
They're like dancing across the stage, doing the one leg kick.
With
the duck walk that Angus Young does.
They were on America's Got Talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where I think that's where they?
I think that's where they got famous. They like got their start there.
They're so cool.
You see that electricity slam into the Devourer, and you see him kind of buckle for a second, and he repositions himself.
Yes.
Amora, it is your turn.
I am going, and I'm so mad now that Titan is Scythe is down. I am so freaking mad. How far away am I?
You're at the back end of the second table. You're against that table.
Dang it. Maybe I'm not as mad as I thought I was.
Well,
let me run up closer.
let me get
fireball at the back wall.
Oh shit.
Hitting the cocoons?
Yes.
Oh, Anthony, I have an interesting question. Did we notice that he was
healing?
Did Barrow notice that he was healing after being hit with that radiant energy?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say we saw him.
Everyone saw it. What is the range of fireball?
150. I'm good.
See if you cast it. You good?
I'm good. 17.
You say 150?
150.
Good grief. Bless you.
Bless
you. Touching someone.
And that is a dexterity saving throw minus a d4.
No. I'm casting it at the cocoons.
You don't have to. You don't have to move at all. You just and you send out this small bead of fire as it and hits the back wall, causing an explosion. Roll your damage, please.
We've seen this before.
And this is, what is the radius of the fireball?
20-foot radius.
20-foot
So
radius.
40 diameter, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Woo!
This is the spell that Mandy used to collapse the mine in Craghammer.
Ah,
I also casted it
the old standby.
way.
See if your damage is good enough to hurt them. Huh? Just being a sweet kitten.
Where's the name Min from?
Min? Her full name is Manasara.
Is that from something? A book?
She made it up.
Okay.
40.
Yes.
You burn 6 of them completely, and they drop the bodies onto the floor behind them, onto the dais, and the cocoons are evaporated.
Nice.
You see the void portal above them kind of suck in some of that fire to protect 2 of them.
So there's only 2 left.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 left.
Holy cow.
How far away am I from Scythe?
He's under the table, but 15 feet.
I'm gonna run over to him and I'm gonna pull my bead of cure wounds.
Nice.
So it is done. I will put you at the back end of the table again, just the next table, and I'll have you like look under and like, bleep, whatever you need to do with that. Kind of like Larry just did this. Whoop.
So, Kyle, I thought the same thing as you when Jen told me her name was Manasara, because it sounds like something that you would find in a wizard's book, like a Wizards of the Coast book.
Well,
So if you look at the Tabaxi names in Volo's guide, one of them is very close, but she made it up herself, and I was like, I guess it works.
Yeah.
The name Manasara.
20
That's based
points.
on my name. My name's Jen.
Jen.
My name's Min.
Jen Min. I don't.
It's a
Yeah.
oh.
I don't
Oh,
get
wow.
So,
No, it's a good name. Yeah.
I love Min.
Min.
I don't know.
Min is a good name.
So,
and then and
It's
plus
just like that anymore. It's just
2d8 plus my spell modifier.
Okay, so you heal.
sure.
So your
Oh, yeah.
heals 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
So 20.
So 20 hit points.
Hell yes.
He is going to move away from the Bahir and Basil. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and jump 30 feet. 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Awesome.
Needs to be able to jump. Interesting.
Basil and the Bahir get opportunity attacks.
Yay!
Goodness, 19. That just hits for the Bahir.
And my blue elf.
He does a good bit of damage, doesn't he?
He's quite the ally.
Yeah. As the Devourer starts to run forward and jump, the Bahir is able to scrape him with his teeth as he bites into him. Basil?
I got a 27 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and I am going to use a key point for a stunning strike. That's a 6 plus 8 is 14. And then for my stunning strike, yeah, I'm going to use stunning strike.
All right,
So he
let me
needs
do
to
the
beat
math
a
here.
DC 17, and he's got a -4 from Bane, right?
Yes, -4.
Good. What kind of save is this?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, very good.
Oh, I don't like the reaction of that.
Well, I rolled a natural 8, -3, and he has a +5, so that's 10. I will use a legendary resistance
Oh, I hate
to not be stunned because that would not be good. But you ticked another one off. But he
And
is
he
within
has how
20
many of
feet.
those left?
I don't remember. He is now within 20 feet of Hadvar, Bean, Barrow, Scythe, and Amora. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws, please.
You did not say Basil, right?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Ability or a spell?
This is a. I'd say it's a spell. Just kidding about Scythe. It says each humanoid in that area must make the save. So, Scythe isn't affected.
So it's con or strength?
Constitution.
Okay. 16.
23.
23,
24.
16.
16 does not save, and Bean does save. What do you know about that? Barrow, you're the only one. So you'll take full damage. Everyone else will take half damage. Yes.
Don't enjoy that quite that much, please.
Whoop. Ouch. Wow. 51 points of necrotic damage,
Holy cow.
Holy sh-
or 25 to those that saved.
Ow.
And he will make 2 claw attacks against Victor Bean because he's the only one within range at the moment.
No!
Play your banjo.
I ain't seen anything like this in a coon's age. And he puts his hands up.
Play that funky music.
13 plus 10, 23. What is your AC, Bean? Can he do anything about it? No, shield does not help him. And that's even higher. So he takes both hits. That's 8d6 per strike.
Oh my god.
Wait, can I give disadvantage on that? Is he within 5 feet of me?
No. You're 30 feet from Victor. So math time, excuse me.
Did you say nap time?
Math.
Man.
MATH.
It's nap time for Mr. Bean. Sorry, guys.
Dirt nap time.
So 31 for the first hit.
Ow.
41, 45, 50, 55, 57 points of damage
Total, right?
total. Wee, that hurt him. You see him bleeding profusely from his face, and his banjo is okay. He was able to turn his body, but you see this long gash down his side that's opened up his armor. All right, I think that's it. But there is a lair action. Everyone takes 5 points of necrotic damage.
Icker, or is that?
That is the Ickerman does not take that damage. That does affect Titan. So,
Titan sight.
like, even you correcting me. I still call him Titan. I think I'm the only one that does that.
If only I knew prestidigitation, I could clean out a little non-icker spot.
just a little 5-foot space for yourself to stand in.
I'm staying right here.
All right.
Hang on a second. I gotta check something.
Dun, dun, dun. In the meantime, Hadvar, it's your turn. Would you like a picture?
Yes, please.
Since the big boy has moved.
Holy shit.
I think it's going to do that thing where you try to look at it and it's going to keep turning. So just, yeah, you're going to have to cock your head to the side. I don't know.
The blue one?
You are the blue one.
So that squiggly line on the one side there by where the behir is, that's the dais that he was on originally, right?
Yeah, those are stairs.
Oh, okay. And so he jumped that far away.
Well, he jumped to where you are. He was within 5 feet of you, and now he's left that space. He ran 30 feet and jumped 30 feet.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
His Bane is no longer active.
Noted.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I took 51 points of
still there.
I took 51 points of damage, so
That's fair.
that was a
Yeah, you needed
do
to
it.
beat a con save of 25
All right.
because that was Barrow's spell,
Yes.
and you have to concentrate on that spell to maintain it. And because he took so much damage, that concentration broke because he was just.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're back. All right, good.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, it froze for a second. But I was telling her she is not baned either any longer.
All right.
But she's, adding 400 points to her attack rolls anyway. So,
I mean,
all right, Hadvar, what are we doing here?
All right. Hadvar is going to do a number of things.
A
And
number
this
of
is all while he's running and jumping into the air.
yes.
He's going to take his shield and he's going to throw it directly
Okay.
at.
I like it. So roll your attack.
That is 25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Excellent. I'm going to force him to make a DC 21 strength save.
Whee!
There's classic Hadvar. It's awesome.
I have a feeling strength's the strongest.
I got 20.
He is pushed.
No.
He is pushed 15 feet. And he's going to take an additional damage die.
Oh, superiority die.
Where is my shield?
I like it.
And I want him pushed back, like, basically, yeah, my line, like, from where I was.
Yep, I pushed him straight back in between those two tables.
Okay. Excellent. Is anybody within 30 feet of him?
Bean.
That's it?
Just Victor, yeah. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Barrow is 25 feet away under the table.
All right. He is going to take... Sorry, I'm... Okay, 1d6.
You see the shield as he lands and starts soul rendering and what's the other thing? Oh, just clawing Bean. You throw your shield and it hits him in one of his ribs and it cracks and falls off as he's pushed backwards. His feet skid along the ground.
23 points of damage.
Okay. Ooh, we're getting there.
All right.
That rib falls off, and you see some of that black ichor from the pool in his body just kind of start kind of bubbling out.
Can I have my shotgun, like, throw it and then grab my shotgun off the back?
Yeah.
Cool. So for my attack action, I'm going to shoot him once with the shotgun. So I'm still in the air, and I'm going to use the push ability of my shotgun as well.
Awesome. Okay, very cool. I like this. So you jump and throw your shield, and it knocks him back. You're coming down. You pull the shotgun out. You shoot him. It may knock him back again. So I'll do another save. 21 still.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I thought it was automatic for that.
For the shotgun, yeah, you're right. It is. But you have to be within a certain distance. Now you're closing the distance, correct?
I've been close. Yeah, I'm closing the distance.
5.
I'm running towards him as I'm doing this.
Yeah. All right. So you're within 10 feet when you use the shotgun. So that would push him back how far? 10?
Where is it?
I'm envisioning like a barbarian like rage during all this with Hadvar, just such rage in his face.
10 more feet.
10. 5, 10. Okay. So you jump, you throw the shield, you see him slide back the shotgun. He takes 2 more big steps back, moving 10 feet. He's off balance. He's moving backwards.
12 more points. Oh, no, I lied. 21 more points of damage.
Oy. Okay.
And then...
Did I give him enough health?
Ooh. I don't know if you have the answer to that. I'm gonna do it again.
Are you action surging?
No, that's just two attacks in my shots.
Your
Bonus
shield is a
action.
bonus action, and now you're shooting twice. Okay.
That's another. Oh wait, that was wrong last time. That should have been a much more than that. Oh well, it's like 31.
You have to hit him.
To hit.
Yeah. Yes.
30,
yes.
31.
It hits.
Okay. That's good. All right, that is going to be 22 points of damage.
Okay.
And I am aiming to land right inside of his rib cage.
Like your body?
My body.
I don't know what happens. Hang on.
Like a cat jumping inside of a box.
You're doing this willingly.
Yes. And as I'm doing this, I'm imagining this happening in slow motion, but I look over at Barrow and I just give him a little nod.
You do so. We will see what effect that has.
And then once I'm nuzzled in there really nicely,
Okay.
I would like to use my action surge and use my action to break my staff of Magus over my knee.
No. All right, what does that do?
So, I have a 50% chance of being teleported to a different plane of existence, or take Yep, that's a lot. Ooh. 736 damage.
What? What?
Why do they even make a number that big?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I definitely
And anything within 10 feet of me will take...
Guys, I think Orcus is coming through that.
368 points of damage on a failed dexterity saving throw. Or half as much. Or half as much.
300, what was it?
36.
Okay. Okay. What?
What happened?
He jumped
What's
he
happening?
jumped in the rib cage and broke his staff,
What is
which
this
is
staff?
so his staff is one of the most powerful weapons in the game.
I got that.
Which is
Just
just
haven't.
yeah, but like if you break it because it's imbued with so much magic, it's just this absolute gigantic explosion of arcane energy.
Okay.
It's not meant to be broken, but he's doing it on purpose. It's kind of
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
kamikaze
Yeah.
mission of just I'm gonna destroy this thing. So
Right.
do you roll the percentage or do I roll the percentage?
That can be up to you. It's
I
a
will roll-
50% chance.
I will roll a d20. You want high or low? You want 1 to 10 or 11 to 20 to inflict all of the damage?
Wait, what?
Do you want high or low to do the damage? Because there's a half a chance that you teleport or you do all that damage, right?
No, the damage happens.
Regardless.
The teleportation is either I teleport or I take like 700 damage. He still takes his damage.
The dexterity damage. The dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So for you to take the damage, should it be high or low?
Low. Or
So-
high, I teleport.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Yes.
So 1 to 10.
All right. You want to take a look at the number? Now, again, you said high is
Teleportation.
teleport and low is damage.
Death. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So let me just. All right. Let me just narrate some of this. This is wild. So you see him run forward and have this aura of necrotic energy, and you see everyone get sapped of life. You see him turn to Victor, and as he looks up, he starts slashing into him, and you see him start just pouring out blood out of his side, raked across his face. There's going to be an awful scar there. And you drop your hands, you have the staff out, and you run, throw the shield, it hits, breaks one of his ribs off, and jump, pulling the shotgun out. You hit him again. He takes 2 more steps back, hit him again, and you just kind of floop right into the rib cage as you take the staff and just grab it and snap it over your knee. Everyone sees Hadvar disappear.
Yes.
The staff explodes with arcane energy as you see it hum with a small faint piece of white light. Boom! And this giant explosion, snapping the rest of the rib cage completely off of his chest and throwing him against the back wall next to the portal. You see him hit the wall and fall onto his face and just smoke rising off of him. He is motionless.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Okay.
After that, there is a pause where everyone is waiting for the next thing to happen.
Guiding
Everyone's
bolt.
looking. Huh?
Guiding bolt on him. I want to make sure he's dead.
You're not even in.
I just want to shoot a guiding
Go
bolt
on.
into him.
Sure. You go ahead. Roll an attack
All right.
with disadvantage because he's prone.
Yeah. That is a 18.
18 does not hit. So after this explosion that sends him flying against the back wall, you see Barrel just go "Ah!" and just huck a guiding bolt, and it just kind of hits the dais. There is a large thunder above the castle, storm thunder. There is another one, and you hear this ear-piercing grinding as the roof of the castle starts turning and splits the stone and gets hurled off into what looks like a tornado that has formed above you. There is black streaks of lightning going across the sky as you hear a female voice bellow from the clouds. Gotha! And you see the Devourer's spirit hover above his body as he looks up, and the void swirling is going faster and faster. You have failed in your schemes. You and Orcus will be punished beyond pain and suffering imaginable. And you hear him from his spirit form. My queen, Tiamat, please, we only need your aid to finish. Silence! I will deal with you later. And you see this dragon form descend from the sky, this black-scaled dragon. Although you see another head and another head and another head, a 5-headed dragon, all of different colors, descend from the clouds and land on the castle as they all start roaring into the space. The spirit and the body both lift up and are cast into the void portal, and there's this deafening shattering sound of glass as the portal dissipates on the wall. The red center head turns and scans the room, and you hear the voice bellow into the space. Listen well, mortals. Palor smiles on you, but I do not. Thank him for his divine power allowed me to be present in this moment. There's a loud roar from all 5 of the dragon heads as she takes off back into the clouds, out of sight. The Behir looks to you, Amora. And he bows, and you see him just kind of fade into the ethereal plane. There's silence, and you hear what sounds like the back doors trying to be pushed open. Does anyone go to the back doors or just wait to see what comes through?
Oh, I'll open it. Oh, wait.
I'm gonna move.
The back doors are trying to be pushed open.
I'm in a little bit of shock, so
I'm gonna ready my shield.
Hadvar lived, right? Hadvar got transported to another plane, right?
I'm gonna move to where I saw Hadvar disappear from.
You saw him dive into this thing's chest, and a giant explosion toss this thing on the back wall, and Hadvar's body is nowhere.
Yeah, I'd be looking for Hadvar.
Okay, so I didn't see him disappear. We just
saw an explosion.
Yeah, I'm gonna
eating him
You go over to Bean.
because he's hurt, very, very hurt. Is
Yeah.
he not?
He is.
Yeah, I'm gonna help this poor little banjo man.
So you pick up the dwarf and his banjo, and he kind of has a scar over his one eye, and he looks up. It's, nice to meet your acquaintance. You mind just help me? Thanks. And you help him to his feet, and he's still bleeding pretty heavily, but it looks like it's superficial for the most part.
I'm gonna go up to the Devourer's body, and I'm going to try and. Is it face down or face up?
The body's no longer there. The body and the spirit was cast into that portal, and the portal shattered.
It's gone.
So there's just no sign of Hadvar anywhere.
Okay.
The doors finally do push open, and you see Phineas, Lysandra, and Captain Hammerthorn enter, with only a dozen or so left from the army you gathered. As they enter the space, Grayk and his shield breakers pass through the neighboring wall into the room with you and stand with the others. And they all just kind of look around the space, and Phineas, I will talk to you later, but good to see you. Were it not for these spirits, we would have surely perished. You may have had a few more to deal with at your backs in this room. And you see Grayk and his shield breakers nod to you, Barrow. He gives one salute, and you see them, like wind blowing sand off of a pillar, just kind of dissipate as they all close their eyes and kind of embrace the peace. Captain Hammerthorn. It's over then. You killed the monster.
We think so, yeah.
Right. Right. And you see her just kind of sit on one of the tables and just kind of not be bothered by the black ichor that still sits there. And you can see it's actually deflated some, where it actually had some semblance of like a bacteria would move. It would have this like kind of subtle movement. It's deflated and just kind of this sticky substance that she just kind of sits on.
Phineas. Hadvar broke some sort of magic staff that he had, and there was this huge explosion. Is there any chance that he's still alive?
It is hard for me to say. Magic staves come in many forms. We would have to investigate somewhat. It is unfortunate that Professor Harper is no longer with us, as he would be the one to lead that investigation. But we will do what we can to find him.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't even remember what the name of it was. Also, out of character, I think that Kyle is wanting you to look at your phone.
I did.
Okay.
Acknowledged.
So, looking around, do we see any of the other members of the Shadow Vein?
Yeah, they're all there. In the back of the room, they're still there. Every member survived the Shadow Vein. The three that I mentioned, but there's only about a dozen or so of the actual army that you had. There are 2 pixies, and there are the rest of them are human from the Open Palm and Lanceport.
Did anything happen to any of the rest of the cocoons' bodies?
They're still on the wall. But again, that ichor is just kind of sloughing off now. You can look up at the columns and the walls, and you see it just start to kind of drip off in pieces, flaking off.
I'm going to say, hey, Vinay, some of us are really banged up. Do you have any juice left to heal us?
A moment, please.
I run over to Barrow and I give him a greater healing potion.
Okay.
You knock that back, and it looks like she got on the floor and just started praying to Paylor. It looks like she's going to be casting a ritual of some kind.
I don't know if you want to hold it.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to look at Min, and I'm going to just sheathe my swords and walk over and hug her. I'm sorry that I doubted you.
Pharaoh, as far as you've known me, I've always been chaotic neutral. And with a chaotic neutral, you can always count on them to be chaotic. Honestly, it's the lawful ones you have to watch out for, because you never know when they are going to do something incredibly stupid. My good friend Jared Thrush told me that. And I had to make you believe me. This never would have worked. But I needed that red jasper stone if we were going to end this once and for all. I had to leave. And I had to make sure that you would not pursue. And that you would not trust me.
She, Bean kind of walks up and just kind of puts his hand on Barrow's shoulder. She sounds like a complicated one. I think I like her.
I think I'm going to make this easier for everybody. This is the end of Ex Nobis. I wish you all the best. She uses the red jasper stone and she disappears.
You see her, well, not the red jasper stone, but you see her take out a purple crystal instead of the orange ones you're so familiar with. And she breaks it in her claws, and you see a red portal open up behind her as she just nods as the portal envelops and takes her away. And the last face you see of Min is the rotted flesh on one side, but as she turned to leave, you could see the patchy fur of the tabaxi you grew so fond of.
Cool. That's that far along.
So,
But where's Hadvar?
Hadvar, you are running up the front areas of the castle, and you all hear footsteps as Hadvar is seen jogging up the main thoroughfare of the castle back up to the room.
Where did I go? Just wondering.
You went to one of the 9 hells.
Fantastic.
Holy shit.
Where's your Arcana?
Utilizing your orange crystal to get back to the floating island on Wizardton, you did not have to spend a lot of time there.
Wow.
Oh, bye, Hadvar.
Oh,
He did go.
our screen, Kyle just lost video.
Uh-oh.
We're good, or I can see him.
I was gonna say he's here for ours.
Can you turn your video off and on again, Kyle? There it goes. Okay. Now,
Nope.
Nope.
He's off.
It was gonna go and then it cut you out.
Nope. No.
There it is. Yeah. All right.
Hey.
No, and it took you out again. All right, whatever.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not there.
It keeps taking you away. I will. Yes, it's doing that thing that it did last time, where it's actually doing only one screen at a time. It's eliminating people. So now we only see the bronze.
Should we all jump out and then jump back in?
We can try starting another call.
We can hear everyone.
We can hear everybody. Like Larry just appeared again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
That's so
And now we just see Larry.
That's your curse.
Yeah, it's just narration for the rest of this. But I will allow each of you to explain what you may have done since the end of this. Let me just get through a lot of this, and then I will ask you in turn what you would have done. Yes?
sure.
Sure.
I mean, it's gonna be on the fly because I thought this was gonna.
It's okay. If you don't have anything, I have something written for each of you. I just want to know if you have anything.
I've got something.
Go ahead, Hadvar.
Oh, you want me to go first? I thought I was going after.
Nope, go first. Because
Shit.
it may alter some of the things that I've written.
All right. So after this, I walk up, and I kind of. Oh, that was a trip. Didn't know that was gonna work. But
That was
All
one
right.
hell of a move.
I'm glad it worked. All right. So I've given
One
my
hell
life,
of a move.
Yeah.
I've given my life
Yeah.
to the open palm. Spent countless years fighting and killing in the name of the open palm, believing that I was a part of something bigger, something I thought was a part of me as much as I was a part of it. I've lost many friends during my tenure, but moved on to complete the mission. I've had to make the hard decisions to keep the realm safe when there was no one else to make them, and I had to live with those actions on my conscience until the day I died. My soul has been compromised for the open palm, but I was okay with that because I believed the open palm would always be there for me until they weren't. They cast me out, banished me for acting on the good of the realm, and left me to my own devices without so much of as a second thought. I was set aside like a worn and rusted axe when they outgrew my usefulness. What I've done now is not for the open palm, but for the people of this world. They are now safe because of the hard choices I've had to make, and they will never know it, and they never will. No, that was redundant. All right, that's what they need, not some flamboyant glamour group whose highest ranks are full with pompous, ungrateful fools who would rather save face then see the bigger picture. I stand here now to declare that the open palm is no longer a part of me or I a part of it. I seek to rid this world of evil on my own terms and establish a new group to defend this world from the darkness which plagues it. I call upon anyone who can see as I do to join me. I will not stand with the open palm, but I will not stand against it. They are not my enemies, but they do not stand for the people as I will. Join me, and we will save this world.
Basil immediately goes and stands next to him.
And you see Captain Hammerthorn look down at her armor and unfasten her breastplate and let it clack to the ground and just nod and stand next to you as well. And you see the rest of the Shadow Vein move in tandem.
Pharaoh and
I
Scythe.
will take that into consideration. Hang on.
Ex Nobis disbanded, but their actions impacted Faristar beyond what they could have imagined. This is the story of what occurred. Wizardton rebuilt the area of nobility and high class, but the island seemed to be permanently fixed in the sky overhead, as an ominous reminder of the end of the Fourth Age. Castle stayed empty until Phineas constructed a new council of leaders for the gnomish city. They appointed him head of this council, where he served the next 100 years until his peaceful death. College of Magic, preserved and saved by Ex Nobis in the initial onslaught of Orcus's attack on the material plane, grew stronger than ever, with Lysandra Nightblade as the newly appointed dean. The college was swarmed with recruits in the following years. Of the victory of Wizardton, and magic thrived. A new age of court wizards was born.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Establish a 5-person assembly of wizards. Oh, hang on. Where are we at? Are we back in?
Right after
In the
Wizardton.
following years of the victory and magic thrived. A new age of court wizards was born, as every city leader picked from the top of the class to establish a 5-person assembly of wizards. There has been tension with each assembly and between assemblies, but no issues have arisen yet. Captain Hammerthorn joined Hadvar's company and led soldiers to patrol Wizardton under new watch, and the city became stronger because of it. The open palm grew consistently weaker. They were eventually run out of the major cities, who adopted their own individual guards and became a for-hire organization for locals and odd jobs. Master Grand eventually disbanded the order entirely and became infamous among crime dens as the Maiden of Bahamut, simply referred to most often as the Maiden. Grand's unexplained attacks on merchant guilds and nobility across Faristar eventually gave her the highest bounty ever placed on an individual. I find that impressive. People across land claim her as targets to be involved with some criminal activity, but there was never any hard proof to speak of. Fae and the Wood Elves made a pact with each other and returned to the living forest. Hadvar's wish forged an alliance between these two that grew into a nation of fertility and peace, but only for them. For those who enter the forest, as before, were never seen or heard from again. It is said there is a powerful creature there that resides within, offering everlasting bliss to those who seek it out. Color me intrigued. With the decimation of the San Francisco mine and Craghammer, the economy plummeted. The trading town of Doremi, led by the merchant guilds, seized the opportunity to establish a barter system that increased wealth for the wealthy and poverty for the poor. For decades, they kept control of trade in and out of the continent and eventually established legal slave trade. Battleborn thrived. King Tux Ebonstone kept his walls shut and focused on his city. With the help of Hadvar, newly appointed Kingsguard, Battle kept afloat and was able to keep the forces of the Underdark at bay that tried to assail them within their weakened state. King Tux never followed through with the public execution of Aoden Battleborn, and some claim there was no execution of all. The Dragonborn and Orc tribes banded together after the mysterious assassinations of their leaders. They now have pushed past the mountains and continually harass merchants and travelers across the continent and roving bands. Their territories have since been engulfed by the ever-increasing living forest. Amora and Barrow sought out Titan Scythe and found he was reborn, given a second life from the forbidden magic that held his soul in Amora's amulet. Titan was found after years of searching, but it was they who eliminated them leaders of the orcs and Dragonborn. The Shadow Vein lived on where they served under Hadvar's company and were no longer under the thumb of Master Gron. Eventually, they traveled to Viribus to continue a mission they were pulled away from before Orcus's schemes. There's a roving band of miscreant adventurers down there said to have been carving a path of death and mayhem, or to have been working under the direction of the goddess Besheba, a kobold, a goblin, a half-orc, an eldrin, a triton, and a succubus. Reminds me of somebody, but the Shadow Vein continues to track them to this day. The Yavapai clan lived on with one surviving member, keeping secure their treasured red jasper stone. Manasara went into seclusion away from the world. Some claim they've seen the infamous traitor to ex-Nobis traveling with another tabaxi, Bengal-striped, healed from her previous curse near the docks of Doremi. But that's if the locals can even be believed. Some say she sought the other stones. Others say she didn't need to. And that is the end of our campaign.
Yeah.
Awesome. So one thing that I do want to add, Barrow made a point to go back to Battleborn after this was all said and done, and he gave the Sword of the King to Tux and made a point to let him know that Battleborn has reclaimed its honor and was there in the fight.
Very cool. I like it. I like it. So, yeah, everybody's still here.
Everyone is still here.
We can only see the bronze,
Yeah.
but everyone is still here.
Yeah, everyone.
See their little icons up here.
Very good.
Cool. Awesome, guys. This has been an interesting ride, but a 2-year camp, at least 2 years.
It's been like it's been almost 3.
Like 2.5-year
It's been
campaign,
like
3-year
three.
campaign, finally to a close, and it's nice. I like it. It was a good ending. Man, what an ending! And I didn't even get close to killing anybody
Oh no,
this
you
whole
did.
game.
No, you did.
No,
He
you
was
put
up.
me down. I in the fight with the Bahir, I almost got.
3 years. I think I knocked one person unconscious. Ugh.
Barrow was unconscious like way back in
No, you guys.
the first fight with
That's true.
Ozark. Barrow went down.
Yeah, those kobolds. He was beefy.
Can confirm, having watched the videos recently, Barrow was down several times in those. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. I'll take your word for it.
Also,
Very cool. But
Yes.
yeah.
But I'm really
Yep.
so awesome.
So
I'm just glad that I went back and I used my shotgun. I've been looking at it for a while, and it felt fitting to bring it
epic
back.
moment though.
That was
Very
so
cool.
good.
That's stupid.
That was
Seth.
epic.
I was talking about, okay, so I had a plan all figured out, and I was talking to the Bronze about it today at work.
Oh,
and
no.
oh my god. I was going to, when I said I was here to make a deal, I was going to try to have the Devourer or Min take the staff. Right? Now, this was before knowing that Min was who she was.
Right.
But after all, we would all cast a spell at her, and if she had used the ability to absorb it, it would have done the exact same thing to her. Or
Because you had already done that.
It would have broken the
Would've
thing, and she would have either taken like 800 damage or got teleported.
So, and
That's
here's
ridiculous.
the funny thing that I'm glad that I didn't do at the beginning. I was going to take that bead of force out, and I was gonna throw it at Min. And then
I saw you deciding who you want. You took the beat out, and you're like, who do I throw this at?
And then if she would have been encapsulated, none of that would have happened. That great reveal of her being like, "Sorry, guys." Bah!
That was good.
That was awesome.
I'm so glad that I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So hold on. Now that is over, and Brandon's fears of you using this against Amora, I have a picture of a very similar moment where he made a similar face. Do you remember this, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. This is the moment. I texted the moment Mandy deflected a 27 with a defensive duelist. Do you remember that? You hit her. You hit her with you hit her with 20, like a 25 to hit, and she goes, "Yeah, I got 27 because of defensive duelist." And this is the face that you made. This is so funny. This is hysterical.
Both of the faces were so good, and
oh my god! When Jen like did that, and your face was just freaking priceless. It was amazing. I loved it.
Okay, let me see if I can send it.